Welcome to the Homeschool Together podcast. Where one working mom and a stay-at-home dad help you navigate the nuts and bolts of the growing and dynamic world of homeschooling.
With a focus on early learners, like me.
All the ins and outs of building and maintaining your homeschool life.
Homeschool.
Find out tips and tricks to make things like this easier.
I'm reading.
And ultimately, enjoy educating your kids. And what's that last thing?
Have fun together. Did I do good, Daddy?
Yeah, you did, sweetie. Good job. Hello and welcome to Homeschool Together Short Bite Edition. We're going to continue with reviewing various curriculums that are available, and we're going to be sourcing this information from some members in our community. We have Kathleen back. She's already interviewed once and given us some information on some earlier curriculums and her homeschool life. And we're going to talk a little bit about today about Playing Preschool. So Kathleen, could you tell us a little bit about Playing Preschool, what it is, and how have you incorporated it into your family's homeschool life?
Yes, thank you for having me. Playing Preschool, I have Playing Preschool Volume 1. It's one of 2 volumes, and this one is geared, I believe, from 2.5 to about 3-4 years old. And with this one, it's structured in units. So I believe there's 19 units in Volume 1, and each unit spans about 2 weeks. I think the first one is colors, if I'm not mistaken, for example. And you have a picture book that's associated, or a few picture books that are associated with some of the lessons, and you read it and it tells you how to work through it with your child and how to kind of get their critical reading skills engaged by having some question prompts that you can ask your child while you're reading or before you're reading, or whatever that lesson is about that book. And you also have a educational activity that you do that kind of ties in with the unit. And then you have a more enrichment activity that you can do. So there's generally 2 activities per day that you can choose from. We generally choose whatever is easiest to do that day. When we do pick it up, we don't use it as a strict, every day we're going to do it. It's more of a resource that I use for my 3-year-old as a fun way to engage with him. And he actually has a speech delay. So I picked up this program as a way to kind of engage with him more one-on-one, because it has a lot of prompts and a lot of really good picture books associated with it, with the units. And it helps me get him to communicate with me with, using this curriculum as a tool. The great thing about this that I actually really love is their morning time section. So it has like a calendar time, kind of circle time layout in the beginning. And it gives you examples of how to set up your calendar and things like that, and the songs that you sing in the start of the day, and how to set up, like put your day of the week on and pick your weather and things like that. And then with each unit, there's also a song associated with that unit that you sing in morning time. And that's been a really fun way to engage with all my kids, like from my almost 2-year-old all the way up to my 8-year-old. They've all participated in this just because it's fun, and they see mom singing in front of the calendar. They're like, what's going on over here? And for my 3-year-old, it's great because he's repeating back the days of the week and the months of the year and the numbers of, for the day. And then for my 6.5-year-old, he's learning his days of the week through the song. And now he can tell me what yesterday was, what today is, and what tomorrow is, because we do that for calendar time. So I've really implemented that fully in our homeschool. And then just when I have my 3-year-old's attention, when he wants to really engage with me, I pop that out, and it's really, really easy. I have it printed out and everything, and I just flip open to the next page that we're on, and most of the things that are there for the activity are found around the home, or at least I have, because I collect a lot of craft items. So we can just quickly pull together an activity from the book and do it. And I'll generally source out 4 weeks worth of the books that go along with it. And that way, when he's ready, I just pull the book off the shelf, because you read it a couple times sometimes. And then we'll just read through it. And he's had a couple favorites while doing this. And so I've had to discreetly hide them when I have to return them back to the library. And then I like rotate out the next set of books, and then he finds his new favorite, which is also really great because it has me reading to him, and it has his interest in actual books and being read to. And it's really like brought up his endurance with sitting and listening.
No, that's a great skill. I noticed with my 2-year-old, she's starting to want to like emulate her sister doing schoolwork and drawing and writing and doing artwork. So that's a great way to, it seems like it's a great way. Ariel's Googling it right now. She says it was about $40 ballpark on cost for the curriculum.
I would say they have sales throughout the year. So I got it on sale for, I want to say 20 something when I got it.
And this is a print book or is it a digital book?
It's digital PDF. Okay, you cannot get it as a physical, yeah.
Okay, but you can print it off. That's fantastic. So that's, I mean, it sounds like, you know, incorporating your kid, you know, one of your youngest, you know, with all your other kids can kind of cultivate a real nice learning environment, kind of, you know, ease that toddler into being you know, into the learning environment.
Well, it's kind of nice too, because your toddler usually is the one that's following after your olders for your older to come sit down and do the toddler's activity. It's cool.
Yeah, it's
cool, and I like structure. Yes, and I love structure, and this gives me like a structured way to like interact with them. And it's super easy. Like I have it just laying out in my school area, and anytime he even shows remote interest, I literally just grab it, open it, and then off we go because it's so easy to implement.
Well, it sounds like a really nice opportunity. It even sounds even earlier than the Blossom and Root.
It is earlier because this was they're saying 2.5 to 5 years old is what they say on their site. So from my brief Googling.
Yeah, so it sounds like a great opportunity for, you know, people to incorporate something with a younger child. So thank you so much, Kathleen, for coming on and sharing this, you know, cool little curriculum for really, really young kids.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time.
Happy homeschooling!